Good morning. We're going to Sheffield this morning. We're going to check the old Victoria route out. Possibly go out to the old depot at Tinsley. And we're going in style. We've got one of the new nodding donkeys back, so we're travelling to Sheffield on a nodding donkey. So we'll see you over there. Well, we finally got to Sheffield Midland, the old Sheffield Midland station, on one of these pacers which have been brought back now because of the COVID-19. So it's great to ride them on these old girls again. It's took about an hour to get here from Manchester. So we're going to continue from here now on our journey on some of these lost railway tracks. So if you'd like to follow me. Well, we got a train from Sheffield up to Meadowhall, and then we've walked back down to just see what's left of the old station at Brightside. It's a nice day for walking anyway, so I don't mind a little bit of walking. This is the old Brightside station. You can see the platforms are still intact. So there's still a couple of tracks going through it, and there's another track bypassing it on the far side. But it's been a few years since it was used. You can see the footbridge is gone, you can't get down to it anymore. It's not a station I visited this back in the day, to be honest, but it's one we passed through quite a lot. The next station east is Meadowhall.
So here we have Brightside, a nice close-up. As you can see, we've got 4 platforms, 2 of them used, 1 of them not. So just south of Brightside we have this signal box. Now just beyond this signal box there used to be a junction that led onto the Great Central line to a strange little place called Tinsley. So this is the middle main line. I say this is the Brightside Sidings. There used to be hundreds and hundreds of trains here at one stage. As you can see, it's dead as a doornail. But what I'm showing you at this point is where the junction is, where we'll be taking the walk to Tinsley Depot. This is one of the main sidings that came off to serve Tinsley. Let's see what we can find here, mate. As you can see, it looks pretty dense, but let's see where it leads. Hopefully it will take us over to where I'm heading for. So as you can see, this is definitely the route, but it is overgrown, but not very overgrown. I've had worse, as I'm sure you've already seen in my videos. So let's keep tracing it, see where it leads. Right, just moved in a bit, found this baby. A very luxury bod box, as I used to call them. Coming up to a bridge very shortly. Still coming up to a bridge. Move along now. Here we are. This is the bridges. As you say, it's pretty overgrown because it's pretty well protected. Now let's see what we can find here, mate.
Hello again. We've walked up the old track bed from Brightside. It's been a bit of a tussle, as you can see around it, so it's all practically overgrown now. So it's been quite an effort climbing up the embankment through the trees, breaking our way down the trees, but we're heading towards Tinsley West now, where the old station used to be. If we can get there, there's a lot of jungle in front of us. Just follow us. We've got through the brambly bit now, and I'm cut to shreds. I'm cut all over. It's been a bit of a tough journey getting through that section. But they've built a pathway here now. I'm actually stood on the site of Tinsley West railway station. Though you won't think so, it's been totally remodelled. There's nothing here to see. See the Meadowhall centre at the back of us, so we've done like a half circle from when we got off the train, circled round. And this pathway now continues on the middle line, what took us down to Tinsley, the old freight line. So if you'd like to follow me. So we've got as far as this, there's just one abutment left now for the bridge what used to continue. So this is just following it straight south to Tinsley now from here. Okay. Okay, we've reached this part now and it's, this is the section of middle line what went to Tinsley, the freight line. As you can see, this is what we've come through. It's quite overgrown really, it's just aged. And underneath is the super tram, Sheffield super tram. This line goes round to Meadowhall, and in this direction it takes you back into the middle of Sheffield. I think that's Coldbrook Station. Tram stop down at the end. And this line at the side of it will be a freight only line. Well, we're nearly at the junction now where the three lines met leading into Tinsley Yard. And we've come across our first bit of track bed. It's hidden in the undergrowth. I was surprised Network Rail didn't really pull this up, but it might not be with the effort. It took us so much trouble to get here. They'd want a lot of machinery to go out here to pull this up. So we'll see how far we can go now.
As you can see, there are still loads of clues lying around of what this place used to be. As you say, it's been a good 20 years now since this yard was in full operation, but a lot of the infrastructure has just been discarded. Just before we make our way into Tinsley, I want to show you this map which gives you a good layout to what Tinsley was all about. We had the main sorting sidings, some secondary sorting sidings, the express freight departure sidings, and up at the top we had the reception sidings, not forgetting the depot there on the left. Right, let's go and check it out. And so we finally approached Tinsley Yard. This live line was temporarily blocked for engineering works, and after gaining permission from the crew, I am now able to share with you footage capturing the clues from the past. Don't try this yourself, as you will be done for trespassing. On the right here you can see where used to be the secondary sorting sidings. It's now been taken over by a factory. Electrics were here. Here it is on the other side. So as you can see, there's still lots of clues lying around from the past. Here's a nice aerial shot we took from one of the stanchions. You can see there the old mill, the old foundations as it were. And as we just spin round, hopefully that's better, we can see the express freight and departure sidings on the left. And on the right was where the secondary sorting sidings were. So this was the entrance into the express freight and departure side. Let's check it out. I'm sure there's plenty of clues around here. Well, I have made it into some kind of holding sidings. As you say, there's tons of ballast, not many clues. Let's see if I can find any infrastructure around. Waiting a long time to get an answer from that. As you can see, mainly ballast. There's no rails around, there's no sleepers around. It has been well cleared, but luckily nature hasn't taken away all the clues. Oh, I was told there's a load of shunting cuts around here. Looks like I found them, they're all in pieces. Look at it, smashed to pieces. destroyed. Oh, you bugger. Oh dear. Yep, this is where the shunting huts were. Look at them. Smashed to pieces. Shame, shame, shame. Oh dear. These were intact about 6 months ago. Oh well. What with a massive yard is now just one line feeding the Freightliner, and that is it. So this is where the line splits. The one that goes straight ahead is the abandoned line that used to go straight through Tinsley Yard at the bottom, and the one on the right is the one that's currently used for the freight terminal. But that again is the location of where the hump shunting used to happen. In fact, the hump shunting used to happen everywhere, all the way around here. This is the whole of the complex. So here we are looking east, and if we look behind us, we'll see again now was express freight and departure sidings. But just look, you can also see where the secondary sidings were on the left. Just look above you, just look at the stanchions, you can see how vast this yard used to be. It was absolutely massive. So here we are, we're on the abandoned line now. As you can see, the live line goes straight ahead, but it then traverses back to serve another siding round the back. I don't think that is used much. See that tower? That's the last remains of what called Tinsley Park Colliery. That was pit head number 8, I believe. So it just gives you an idea on what this area was originally used for. Open cast mining at the lot, and it's only eventually then that they moved on to railway projects in the 1960s. So yes, Tinsley lives on, just. So the aggregate building is a new building built on the location of the original hump yard. It has got its own sidings, as you can see with that building at the back there. And so this is supposedly the through line that goes through Tinsley Yard and shunts up to the top. As you can see, it's not really been used. Not been used at all. See what more clues I can find for you. This track is definitely not in use. As I say, this was a shunting track that went at the sides. As you can see, there are natural as well as man-made obstacles stuck on the line to make sure nothing comes down this track. The only lines active are the ones that are using the terminal for obvious reasons. Alright, let's follow this through. And these are the sidings that are used. Here we are, a bit deeper into the depot. I think this is an international freight terminal. Doesn't look too busy used at the moment. Look at the state of the track. Oh dear. And this is leading up to the main Tinsley holding sidings. Looks like a piece of history that they forgot to dig up, eh? As you say, still coming off that freight terminal. International Freight Terminal as it's called, and hopefully you can see a building ahead. That's the one that's holding sidings now at Tinsley. As you can see, it's going round and round and round. We are getting close to the track though. Hey, There's a tree on the track. What can I do? Remember that freight terminal we were looking at earlier? This is where it joins up with the two lines that are abandoned now. Shame really. These lines are going nowhere. Eee, shame old, shame old. Can't see the markings on it behind you. So the old track meets the new track. Notice how one's concrete, the other one's wood. That's how you know the difference between the two. Hey, nice posh shunting signal there. Shame. Smashed to pieces. New sidings on the second building. You're still on the old sidings, remember? Wagons chucked here, there and everywhere. So this would normally curve round to the Marshaling Yard and head on. Oh dear, looks like we've had some cable thieves around here. Look at all these cables, eh? Naughty people. Naughty, naughty people. And there we have the famous signal box, which was the start of the Marshaling Yard. Here's some more of those man-made barriers to stop people going on the slide. And like you say, this dead line goes all the way up to that bridge, the blue bridge, right in the corner. Dead as a doornail, this is. Shame really. So here we have a nicely elevated shot from what I call the Tinsley Bank. This was at the side of the lower yard. So a million years ago this would be where all the hump shunting would be happening. Look at it now. But it's still nice to see it's being used by the railways and not an industrial estate, eh? So here we have it from the bridge. And again, the signal box would be on my left. There'd be a small holding shed. And like you say, the massive yard is where that building is.
Well, we've got to Tinsley. This was the site of the old diesel depot. It's the first time I've been back since it closed in the 1980s, 1990s. They built a new factory there. All the marshalling yards have gone now. There's still tracks what go under the bridge, but they terminate at the bottom. So the line doesn't go any farther than that. There's still the odd freight comes this far up to the buffers. And that's how it looks today, 2020. All changed, all good.
So here we are looking over the yard. This was a lower shed. Apparently there was a washroom at the side of this. Just spin round, as I say, this is where the main hump was, and this is where the through line was that went through to the reception sidings. So these are the reception sidings leading into the yard. If you look over there you can see the signal box, but just look how vast it was. Massive. There's the old lower signal box. There was 3 signal boxes on site, and here we have a look at the reception. So apparently the reception line is the only one that was served by the electrics. So let's make our way up there, eh mate? And so we have the points that lead onto the yard. This is where you go onto the engine shed, or you go onto the avoiding line, or you go onto the hoop. This is where it all started. As you can see, I'm halfway down now, and it's pretty smooth. It's a bit chaotic down the bottom, but yeah, pretty smooth. So this at the bottom looks more like a dumping ground than anything. This is the area that's been cleared out. Look at it, nice and smooth. Are we going to get track down here or what? That's where the old piping used to go from the signal box, the lower signal box that is. It looks like they have been cultivating the land. Notice how they cut down all the trees and everything. Does that mean we've got some potential use for this area? Or is it going to become another industrial estate, eh? Let's see. Hey, GC lives on, eh? Smashed to pieces. It's the road to nowhere. Nothing on this. And so we come to the end of the line. Tinsley Yard. Remember these? These were the holding sidings for the MGRs, I believe, for the 76s and such from the collieries. These were first to go in the early 80s. I remember them shutting these. Shame, really. And so we continue our journey beyond the yard, following this main line to the junction with Treeton. Still plenty of clues around if you look for them. Plenty of old sleepers still standing, as you can see, making their way down. Answers on a postcard. That's strange. I think it's a shunting signal. Right next to the track. Used to be. And just a little, very close to that track, very close to the bridge, we've got these babies, so it looks like electrics did come out this far. I thought they only went as far as the yard, but yes, definitely DC metal here. Fantastic. Oh yeah, this is amazing. Still at that bridge, there's tons of stuff here. Bar gum. Yep, more DC evidence around, and that's the track line. As you say, there was the other main lines. You can see there with the ballast. Where the track is going. And here we have the line leading away from Tinsley. There's a station around here somewhere. I think this, hard to work out. I think this might be a stanchion, you know, for the lights. Now there's a pipe running along the line, so I expect that's just an access point to it. Don't think it's railway fied, but I suppose it's important to capture anyway. This is railways. Look at the sleepers meeting up. Junction to junction. Perfecto. Yep, just a walk through. Nice viaduct here for you. Still plenty of clues of railways. Should be coming to a junction very shortly. Still one or two clues around. See that here? It's the junction. If you want to go north, you go that way. If you want to go south, you go that way. Let's head up north first, let's see where it leads. As you can see, it's still got my track lines. A few sleepers there. Constant reminders. Although you can see the ballast is leading the way, Mother Nature is slowly trying to take over. So I'll give it 2 years and this place will be untraceable, I'm sure. Painful to watch, I know. But I suppose we call that progress. At least it's not a cycle lane yet. Still plenty of bits here, there and everywhere. This is what I was after. At last, joining up with the main line again. And here it is, final approach to the main line. Oh, like I say, plenty of track, but no sign of any signalling. Right, let's go and find the other junction. Here we are, back at that junction, walking the second spur. As you say, signs of sleepers, 2 lanes definitely. And the inner lane is the one that looks as newer of the 2. Just traces of the second one here. And same as before, tracks, food here, there and everywhere. Sleepers should I say, but you know what I mean. Oh dear, looks like someone's been having a bit of a fire, naughty boys. Still, they can't turn the concrete ones. We're coming to the end of the spur now. Apparently this was the original main route for the Great Central line. They didn't have that spur up to the north, it was originally a south connection. And there we have it. Finally, we do find a signal stump. Right, see that bridge? That used to take a railway line to the colliery that was nearby. Used to go over, as you can see. Very big colliery. And there you can see ahead where we rejoin the main line.
So this is the new train tram which they run out to Rotherham from Cathedral.
Right, I've just left Nick down at Meadowhall. He's taking some more pictures of them trams. I've just nipped up to the site now of Tinsley South Station. And I've found this amazing goods yard still intact. Let's check it out. Wow, why hasn't this been destroyed? This is amazing. Oh dear. Hope I don't break my neck whilst I try to show you what's happening inside. Look at this. Wow, let's get inside then I can get some better light on it. Yeah, there's an old pit here. Can you see them up top? Wooden beams. This is fantastic. I don't think it's a preservation order, I think they've just forgot about this. Let's see what other clues I can find. There she is. And just to show you how near we are, this is the freight line that goes to Tinsley. And over there, if you can notice, that is the tram lines go to Meadowhall. Not a lot to see, but this is the site of Tinsley South Station.
Right, we've got back to Sheffield now. We've got a train from Meadowhall. We've got a bus from Tinsley down to Meadowhall, then we've got a train from Meadowhall. And we're back at the site of what used to be Sheffield Victoria railway station, the LNER station. And I can remember walking down this ramp after catching a train down here. Must have been in the early 70s or late 60s. And the bridging at the end of the road there, that was where the line used to continue. And the line used to go this way to Manchester, the old LNER line, with the EM1s and EM2 electrics. So we're just going to have a walk up and just see if there's anything left. Yeah, I'm in one of the subways here inside what was Sheffield Victoria station. You can still see the glazed tiles on the side of the wall. And this would have led up to the platforms. I'm surprised all this is still here actually. Quite amazing really. Follow me. So we're up on, we've come up the glazed walkway onto what would have been a platform levels, and it's just a car park for the hotel now. So this is where EM1s and EM2s and steam trains, they used to race through here from Sheffield going east, some going down as far as London, Nottingham, Rugby down the old Great Central line. We've got some bricked walls here from what used to be the side of the platform edge, so you can see where they bricked it up. But they're still original from when Victoria Station was standing, and that side used to lead to the east and south London, and this was towards Manchester. Okay, we're on this branch. It joined the old Great Central line, the Pennine to Sheffield Victoria, from Manchester Piccadilly to Sheffield Victoria. It joined it to the Midland Main Line through Wickers Goods Yard. And this tunnel portal, this is the start of the tunnel what actually took you through to the Midland Line via the Goods Yard. And it's quite a good find this. It's a horrible area, there's fringes all round everything, all local juggies must come down here. But to find this still standing, it seems to be blocked off halfway along, but somebody's tried to get in there. So it'd be great to be able to walk through it. Whether that'll ever happen or not, I doubt it. Well, we're at Leeds now. What we actually did is we walked back to Sheffield after finding the connecting tunnel, which took us from the Great Central line to the Midland line. We then walked back into Sheffield Midland. We took a train via Castleford up to Leeds. We're in Leeds now, and we're just waiting for this train back to Rochdale, and then we'll change from Rochdale, go back to Melzil where I parked my car. So I hope you've enjoyed this trip. It's been a good run round for us. We've walked about 20 odd miles.
Well, here's a quick revisit 2022. Right, the sidings on the left, an extension of the lines that serve the factory, and these are used for spoils from the HS2 project. If you also notice on the right, our through line has been cleared. One of them anyway. Now you can see why they were cleared. They were cleared to serve this. So this is the old reception sidings, which has now been made into a Freightliner terminal. I'm told it's a temporary thing, but it looks well used. The line hasn't been opened at the other end, it's just been extended to allow the vehicles to run round. But as you can see, it is being utilised by railways. That's what it's all about. I believe there's traffic here, 1 or 2 a day, so it looks like it has got potential for expansion. Maybe it's just an experiment. So if you enjoyed the trip, guys, enjoy.